For District 1, which is citywide, and we're going in alphabetical order on the introductions on these, and if you want to go in that order, we'll start down here with District 1. Joseph Citro. We've also got Alan Clendenin, Craig Newman, and Walter Smith for District 1. For District 2, which is also citywide, I believe, Nicholas Glover, John Godwin, Charlie Miranda, and Joe Robinson. Joe, did you just qualify minutes ago? Did you just qualify minutes ago? There you go. We're glad you're all here with us today. For District 5, which is East Tampa, Seminole Heights, downtown, the Channelside District, a beautiful part of our community here, we have Ola Coffee, Orlando Goos, Jeffrey Rhodes, and Ralph Smith. While everybody's getting settled, I also want to introduce our Garfield committee over here. I'm not going to introduce them all, but they can say hello. They are judging today who gets the Garfield Award, who asked the best question. That is the Tiger Bay way. So they are making notes of all the questions that come from the audience today, and someone will get an award. One of our members will get an award at the end of the lunch. We're going to do very brief 1-minute introductions, but I would ask that you answer the following question to each one of our candidates. Would you tell us very quickly, clearly, and concisely why you're the better candidate in your district? And we'll start right here with Joseph.
Joseph Citro, your candidate for Tampa City Council District 1. A wise person once said, don't talk about yourself. Let other people do the talking for you. And at this table, you can see I have a lot of sponsors, endorsements here that will tell you of the experience that I've had with the City of Tampa on several boards and commissions, of my devotion, my compassion, and what drives me to be your next city council person. Again, I have 16 years of experience, civil service, code enforcement, and now I'm chair of the Variance Review Board. I'm also vice president of the West Tampa Chamber of Commerce and secretary for the YCDC, the Ybor City Development Corporation. I have spent years learning the City of Tampa. I am there for you. I will have an open door policy. It's time for me to take the next step. Let's put Tampa to work, not only for its city, but for you, the citizens as well.
7 seconds to spare. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Alan Clendenin, Tampa City Council District 1. I am a Floridian. I grew up in Central Florida, born and raised at Sanford in the Orlando area. 2 years of community college in Orlando. I am the son of a single mother, 15 public schools in 12 years. So after community college, I went to the University of Colorado, studied geology, so rocks, and that prepared me to become an air traffic controller for 30 years. More appropriately, probably prepared me to work with politicians, but air traffic control. As an air traffic controller, you're constantly bombarded with information from various sources, and you have to process that information instantaneously and come up with a viable solution. So for 30 years, you trusted me, and you trusted me with your family and your lives to guide you home safely, and now I'm asking you for the next 4 years to let me help guide Tampa for the next 4. And not only about an air traffic controller, as air traffic control management, hiring, firing, logistics, budgeting.
Thank you.
I'm intrinsically qualified to be your next candidate. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome.
Hello, obviously I'm Craig Newman, and I'm running in District 1. I am a retired chiropractor. I practiced 37 years in practice and the last 35 in the Kennedy Boulevard Chiropractic Clinic. I've served 33 years in leadership in my profession, president of the city, the county, 3 times in 24 years. I was president of the State Association in 2011, 2012, and I was moved up to the National Association, American Chiropractic Association, where I was the finance chair and the Board of Governors for 11 years. I have put forth my knowledge to with civic organizations. I live in Beach Park, or I lived in Beach Park. I've been here since 1960. I moved into Beach Park and built a home for my kids to experience the exact same thing I did. For 37 years, I listened, I ensured trust from my patients, and I was a hands-on problem solver. I'll do the exact same traits to be your next city councilman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Walter L. Smith II, your candidate for City Council District 1 at large. I am a father, I am a husband, I am a son. I am a communicator. I spent 4 years on the radio, the WMNF 88.5 and Sunday Forum, listening to all of Tampa's issues and responding to those issues. I have spent 17, 18 years of my life in the trenches here in Tampa, writing curriculum and preparing people to go into jobs at the airport, seaport, and other engineering firms and the like. I'm a communicator by design. My mother, Geraldine Williams, helped to integrate University of Florida in 1963 in school journalism. My father, Dr. Walter L. Smith, was the 7th president of Florida University. So education and teaching and outreach is one of the biggest things that I offer. I spent 17 years as a civil and environmental engineer, practicing and working with all of you here in Tampa.
Thank you.
And I plan on doing the same now.
Hi everybody, my name is John Godwin. I'm a candidate for Tampa City Council District 2. They say that there's two types of folks who run for office. People who want to do something and people who want to be somebody. I'm running because I want to do something. I'm not the person who's going to stand up here and give you the most rip-roaring biography in the world. I'm not going to be somebody who can stand up here and give you the endearing, heartwarming anecdotes. What I do, what my job is I'm an intelligence analyst. I work for the U.S. government, and we're working on keeping people safe all around the world. I study, I learn, I solve problems. And that's what I want to do for Tampa City Council, and that's what I have been doing here locally, is addressing where our greatest needs are. That's why I'm a foster parent, that's why I'm a volunteer coach for our local high schools, and that's why I'm running, because we're ready for somebody who isn't looking to the past 48 years of the city, but is looking to the next 4 years, and how we can really, really drive Tampa forward and prepare us for the amazing growth that we have. I'm John Godwin, Tampa City Council District 2. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
I'm Charlie Miranda, your current Tampa City Council member, District 2, and I'm also seeking re-election in District 2. I come for re-election because of various reasons. One, you have to have experience in what you're doing. Second, I have the longest serving member in the city of Tampa that's my age. She's been, I can't tell you how many years because I'm going to embarrass her, but I'm going to tell you anyway, 55 years. She's been working for the city, does a fantastic job. She started working with the city when she was 1 year old. However, let me also say that as chairman of the Fire and Police Department, when we first came into office way back, there was 11,102 cars stolen. Guess what was this year? 416. We had a dramatic change in crime and all areas of crime, from violent crime to gun crimes, and I'll report that on you later when I have more time, and we've done a fantastic job. The only one that's been appointed to Tampa Bay Water by 3 mayors, Mayor Buckhorn, Mayor Oriole, and way back Mayor Greco. I'm the only council member who's ever served on that board from the city of Tampa.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Tampa Bay Club. I'm not your status quo or your career politician, but a fresh perspective. And my name is Joe Robinson, and I'm your candidate for Tampa City Council citywide. My campaign walks by faith and not by sight. I'm a businessman, president of my own engineering firm since 1990. I'm a graduate from the University of Iowa in mechanical engineering, and I'm a practicing professional engineer. And I've served on Swiftmore Basin Board on Water from 2000 to 2009. So I have very much experience with water. My issues are, in my last 30 seconds, equity with the city budget, sustainable neighborhoods, affordable housing, historic preservation, transportation, stormwater and water quality, and economic development. That's Joe Robinson, and the reason they both me, because I'm younger than Charlie.
Welcome, Joe.
Good afternoon. My name is Ola Coffee, and I'm a candidate for Tampa City Council District 5, which I believe is the heartbeat of Tampa. I grew up in Plant City. My grandparents raised me. My mother was in the service, served in the military, and my grandmother, when my grandfather passed, we moved back to Plant City, and that's why I grew up there. I was born in Ohio. But my grandmother served for 20 plus years the Parks and Recreation in Plant City. So I come from a family of service. The last 15 years of my life, I've spent either helping people register to vote or making sure they went out to vote, they exercised their vote by working on campaigns. Also in East Tampa, I had an after-school program through Coach Foundation because I realized we had a gap at a particular time. Students were not passing the FCAT, students that were living in East Tampa. So it was very important for me to go in and have that opportunity to work with those students, to help them pass the FCAT, to have that moment of feeling of achieving something. And every step makes a difference. My name is Ola Coffee, candidate for Tampa City Council.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Goos, retired public servant for the city of Tampa for 26 years. Local business owner and community servant. Experience matters. I have that experience. I've worked in every area of the city, developing programs for youth and our kids, understanding and making decisions at a moment's notice. I understand how the city operates. This campaign is very serious for District 5. Economic empowerment has to be the #1 issue in our communities. It has to be. Housing, safe neighborhoods, employability, entrepreneurship, equal jobs, and our youth and our seniors. All those things I know about because I've done them on a day in and day out basis. I've continued to do that. Little League programs, football programs across the country. Tampa's been recognized several times because of our programs here in the city. Working on the Charter Review Commission with 18 amendments coming up, with number 16 being the most important, and also serving on the East Tampa CAC board for the CRA. Experience does matter. I have that experience to lead on day one.
Thank you.
I'm Jeffrey Rose, candidate for Tampa City Council District 5. As an owner of a community-based business and having served on many boards, one being the West Tampa CRA, which I was appointed back in 2015 by City Council. With that, I've had the experience to hear the concerns and issues facing our community. I would like to use that experience to be your next Tampa City Council. One thing that we've learned on anything that you have to learn, you have to listen first. So our campaign, my campaign staff and I went on a listening tour. And these are some of the issues that we've been hearing. Is that as the transportation initiative moved forward, that District 5 is part of the decision-making process. And also in the area of Seminole Heights. Seminole Heights want their community to be more bikeable and more walkable friendly and more parking for businesses as well. And also in East Tampa and Sulphur Springs, we still have blighted areas that need economic development in a form of expanding affordable housing and maintaining our community parks, especially those parks
Thank you.
that provide.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Ralph Smith, and I'm running for Tampa City Council District 5. In 1999, I gave up my good-paying job as a systems analyst and computer programmer to go and give back to my community, District 5. I'm the founder and director of Computer Mentors Group, which started in 1997. It's 22 years in service. I've only been here in Tampa for 25 years, but I saw a need. Retail politics is what the Tampa City Council is all about. We need people who can deal directly with the residents of our city. I have done that for the 22 years that I've been the director of Computer Mentors Group. Over 1,700 kids have come through and have earned college credits before they got a chance to even go to college. Many of them got an opportunity to go to college and they didn't think that they were college material. So elect Ralph Smith, Tampa City Council District 5.
Thank you. You can hang on to that if you would. Andrea's going to go join our Garfield committee. So as a reminder, our microphone in the middle, if you've got a question, if you would come up. 30 seconds for your question and a minute on the response, if you would, if you've got it directed to somebody. Nobody's moving to the mic. I know that's the whole reason. Yes, come on up. Yes.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Corwin, and I'm wondering what you would do about preemption from Tallahassee.